Moving on to Chapter 8, and we go right to Chapter 8, Section 3. This is Part 1, Logarithmic Functions. Now, as long as you can memorize the little phrase log is exponent, this should be fairly easy for you. Now, let's look at this first thing that we have up here on the upper left-hand corner of the notes. Recall from Chapter 7. If I wanted to solve an equation like x raised to the power 1 over 3 equals 4, I would take this x to the 1/3 and raise it to the reciprocal power. Now, the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3 over 1, or 3. And I would have to do that on both sides. So here I see that x is equal to 4 cubed, and 4 cubed is 64, right? 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. Now we will use equations where x is an exponent. So logarithms are exponents. We're going to be looking at exponential equations. And actually the log function is the inverse of the exponential. Okay, like squaring and square rooting are inverses of one another. Exponents and logarithms are inverses of one another. So for example here, 5 to the power of x equaling 25, or 10 to the power of x equaling 200. These are exponential equations. And to solve them, we're going to use logarithms. All right. Definition. Let A is a variable, and x is also a variable, be positive numbers. Let A and x be positive numbers. And A is not allowed to equal 1, okay? If we have a base of 1 raised to any power, it's still going to equal 1. So we can't have A being 1. All right, so let A and x be positive real numbers. And A can't be 1. Well, if I see this, log with a subscript, tiny a, of x equals y. This means that a raised to the power of y equals x. All right, now let's put some information in the box here. You say this, or you know, when you're reading this is log base A. It's shifted like in a lower level, like a basement. Log base A of x equals y. Remember, of in mathematics indicates multiplication, right? And so these are right next to each other. There's no plus or minus. It's indicating multiplication. So we read this, log base A of x equals y. You know, write that down if you think you might forget. Log base A of x equals y. A logarithm is an exponent. So this really means that A raised to the power of y equals x. Log base A is y. All right, log base A is y. But it's log base A of x equals y. Okay, that's how you read that. But there's not always an x here, okay? And so that's why we're putting this like such. All right, this simply means A to the y power is x. And now remember and memorize the phrase log is exponent. Log is exponent. Is in math typically represents equals. If I look back up here, log is exponent. This thing is the exponent. Folks, it's like I'm making a little spiral as such. Okay? The base A raised to the power of y equals x. And that's what this says. The base A raised to the power of y equals x. Okay, so I start with the subscript. I come around past the equal sign, and then I come in like a spiral to that thing that's right next to log base A. Log is exponent. You want to memorize this so that you can clearly identify which one is the base and which one is the exponent. All right, let's move on to the examples. Any log expression can be changed into an exponential expression, and any exponential expression can be changed into a log expression. Okay, so really what you're going to see and find in the homework here is you going forward and backwards, converting just from log form to exponential and vice versa. All right, right in exponential form. All right, so I'm going to lightly do my little spiral. Okay, so I'm just converting. It doesn't tell me to do anything else. It just tells me to convert it. Log base 5 of 625 is 4. The base is 5. The exponent, log, is exponent. Power of 4 equals 625. You could check on the calculator, raise 5 to the power of 4, and you're going to see that it is 625. This is 5 times itself 4 times. Well, 5 times 5 is 25. The other 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 25 is 625. Now, this problem here, notice there is no base, or the base is not written. Here I clearly saw the subscript of a 5, so I can clearly see that the base was 5. Folks, when you just see like something like log of 10,000, this means the base is 10. This is a common log. Common log is base 10. Okay, so if the base is not there, it's understood to be base 10. If the base is missing, then it is a common log. Use base 10. All right. So I'm going to rewrite this expression. It's not very common for, anyone who knows anything about logarithms to write the base when it's a common log, but we're going to do it just for illustrative purposes. Now remember, log is exponent. What's my exponent? The exponent is 4. It's base 10 raised to the power of 4 equals 10,000. Just converting 10 to the power of 4 equals 10,000. You can check it. It does equal that. But again, what we're doing here is just converting from log form to exponential form. You have to know what the base is. This one was different because it appeared as though the base was missing. But when the base is missing, that's common log base 10. All right, that's how we write in exponential form, converting it from log form to exponential form. Now we're going to go backwards. We're going to take it from exponential form and write it in logarithmic form. Log is exponent. Well, what's my exponent? This is 6 raised to the power of 3 equals 216. What is my exponent? Since I know log is exponent, log equals or is exponent. The exponent is 3, so I'm putting the 3 there. What is the base? The base is 6. This is base 6 raised to the power of 3 equals 216. So my base is 6. That's the subscript. The only place left for this 216 to go is right next to it. You need to be careful that you are writing the base as a subscript. It has to be smaller. It's got to be smaller font and shifted. Okay, so your word log and your 216 need to be the same size font. This needs to be shifted. All right. So we're going to circle this, and we're going to reiterate here. This is the exponent. This is the base. And that's what it equals. Okay? You have to be able to convert forward and backward. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, this last one. Log is exponent. Log is, pick up the exponent right away. What is the exponent? The exponent is -3. So I'm setting this equal to -3. Take care of that right away. What's the base? The base is 10. This is common log. We do not write the base when it is 10. Okay, it would be improper to do that. What goes next to log? This is log base 10. Okay, my base is 10. I took care of that. This thing goes right next to the word log. 1 over 1,000. Okay, so again, since the base is 10, we're not going to write a little subscript. Over here, the base was not 10, and so we needed the subscript. All right, so you'll have some practice problems, and you'll have an opportunity to check your answers. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.